Welcome to Daily Dose Radio, a 5-minute devotional podcast studying the Psalms verse by verse. Broadcast from the ever-beautiful Sharonville, Ohio, on the sunny side of Cincinnati. Welcome back to Daily Dose Radio. This is your home for artisanal Bible study that's organic and fresh. Now, don't forget, all this week I'm reminding you that we've got a Tumblr blog, and if you like Tumblr, you can find Daily Dose Radio episodes uploaded to Tumblr there every day, just like they're uploaded to Twitter and Facebook every day, and now also Google+. We're on Google+ platform and YouTube, and you'll find our episodes uploaded there every day as well. But if you like Tumblr, go there and you'll find all your favorite episodes. You can go discover whatever psalm you happen to be studying at the time and look it up and see if there's an episode there with those verses that you're looking for. You'll find it there on Tumblr. Okay, we're looking this week at Psalm 82. Did verses 1 and 2 yesterday, but one thing I forgot to mention, although it was a part of the discussion yesterday, was the idea that this verb for judge is really the thematic verb throughout this psalm. It occurs 4 times in 8 verses, so it does have a great deal of weight in the thought and the direction of this psalm. God judges amongst the gods in verse 1, and then in verse 8 we find him judging the earth. So we'll talk about verse 8 later on in the week on Friday. And it is important for us, ladies and gentlemen, to open our eyes and judge rightly. And the psalm asks the question of us, how long will you judge unjustly? So you're not applying truth appropriately so that you can make proper judgments. See, judgment has become a bad word in our current culture. You don't judge people. Well, you really have to. You have to be a good judge. You have to be able to think rightly and apply truth correctly. Wisdom calls out to us and asks us, to embrace her. She stands at the head of every way and calls to us and says, please embrace me and accept my path. So in this psalm, we really have wisdom calling out to us. And the question is asked, how long will you judge unjustly? And now, after the Selah, there in verse 2, we have an answer, or at least a suggestion of how to judge rightly. Defend the poor and fatherless. Do justice to the afflicted and needy. Deliver the poor and needy. Rid them out of the hand of the wicked. That's verses 3 and 4. Now, I would like to suggest another translation for verse 3. The King James tries to do justice to the idea of judgment here. You lose something in the translation. Let me give you another. This is my translation. Judge the poor and fatherless. Do righteously to the afflicted and needy. So the word defend there is actually the word for judge. So I think it should be translated, judge the poor and fatherless. That is, apply truth to the poor and fatherless. Why? Because they have an adversary. Down in verse 4 it tells us about it, the hand of the wicked. And we know that the wicked are always against the poor. If we go to Psalm 10, remember Psalm 10 is our criteria for what the wicked are. Remember, that is the starting point when we talk about the definition of the wicked. We always go back and look at Psalm 10. So Psalm 10 tells us that they don't even accept the person of the poor. He crouches and humbleth himself that the poor may fall by his strong ones. He hath said in his heart, God hath forgotten. He hideth his face. He will never see it. So he's after the poor. He's against the poor. There in verse 8 in Psalm 10 it says, he sitteth in the lurking places of the villages. In the select places doth he murder the innocent. His eyes are privately set against the poor. So the wicked are always against the poor. They want to take advantage of the poor. And so Psalm 10 gives us that instruction about the wicked. So now we go back to Psalm 82, verse 2. How long will you accept the persons of the wicked? Well, that's a very good question. When they act in this way, how long will you accept their persons? What are you going to do to make things right? So defend them, do righteously, deliver them, rid them, or from the hand of the wicked, deliver them or remove them from that hand. Our job is to judge correctly between the wicked and the poor, not to accept the wicked, but to understand what they're all about. Okay, well, we'll come back to that tomorrow and read verse 5 on Daily Dose Radio. Thanks for listening to Daily Dose Radio. I'm David Smith. The music today has been performed by the Bluegrass Experiment. Thanks again for listening. I'll see you next time on Daily Dose Radio.